Good afternoon. I'm Tonya Arnesen, Senior Pastor of Jackson First United Methodist Church, and this is Food for Thought on Saturday, May the 16th. On Saturdays, I've been sharing with you the last few weeks stories, modern-day parables, from David Griebner's book entitled The Carpenter and the Unbuilder. The one for today, Stories for the Spiritual Quest. The one for the day is called The Finder. And as you listen, think about where this story takes your heart and mind. The finder stood there as he had many times before. In his hands he held familiar things, a pen, a wallet, a pair of eyeglasses, a sock, and a shoe. "I believe these are yours," he said. "Yes, I believe they are," murmured a man as he looked at what the finder offered him. He was sitting up in bed. It was his room, and it was just before dawn. The finder always came just before dawn. "Shall I leave them?" asked the finder. "Yes, if you please. Just put them on the dresser." "As you wish," replied the finder. He set the items down, and then he was gone. You see, the man in the bed was always losing something. One day it was a pen, his keys, his checkbook, and his glasses. The next day it was a book, a ring, his belt, and a sock. If an item weren't attached permanently, the chances were that he had lost it one time or another. If it weren't for the finder, he probably wouldn't have had much of anything left at all. For before each dawn, the finder would arrive in his room. He always carried everything the man had misplaced or lost throughout the day. Moreover, the conversation was always the same. "I believe these are yours." "Yes, I believe they are." "Shall I leave them then?" "Yes, if you please, just put them on the dresser." "As you wish," the finder would reply, and then he would go. One day the man lost a great deal. He left little bits and pieces of himself and his life all over town, more than any other time. He even forgot where he lived and was glad when someone recognized him and offered to take him home. He had no idea how the finder could gather it all up, but then he was there as always, just before dawn. His arms were full of things, including some items the man didn't immediately recognize as his. The finder was gentle as ever. "I believe these are yours." "Yes, I believe they are." "Shall I leave them then?" There was a pause before the man in the bed said, "No, I think not. You keep them." "I'll save them then for you," responded the finder. "As you wish," said the man. From that morning on, that was how it went every day just before dawn, until everything he had was safely in the hands of the finder. And then he never lost himself.